That view Earth cam is stuck there with the fog. We have a little bit of fog too through North Carolina and northern South Carolina, kind of extending into northeastern Alabama. That's where that fog is settling in, which is again why we don't have the heat advisories in place. They are elsewhere across the southeast, which you might be thinking it's another hot, humid day. That it is. We are still dealing with some of those numbers headed up. We're still in the 70s in Montgomery. Same thing for Raleigh. We haven't really cooled off. And if you're waiting for that promise of cooler, more comfortable air, especially across states like Tennessee, you're going to have to wait a little while longer. The hours will tick by as we head into this evening. It'll start to feel at least a little different. The big story, though, will be the rain right through Tuesday. That is going to be what we're talking about here across the southeast, and our biggest concern, especially for what Bernie doesn't like, the flooding, and that will be one of the factors through Georgia and South Carolina into Tuesday. And thunderstorms behind it, though, drier air has worked its way into some of Arkansas and Kentucky, as well as Tennessee. You'll feel that more as we work our way towards the late afternoon, evening hours ahead of it. The thunderstorms really get going today into this evening. They don't really stop. Overnight tonight, some of this rain actually holds on, so we'll still be talking about thunderstorms through the night in a few spots. And tomorrow morning, while it might seem like it's getting a little quieter, we still have kind of a low pressure system here, at least an impulse of energy along that frontal boundary. That will help to kick up more rainfall as we head throughout the day, and you can see how wet it becomes through Alabama, Georgia, and into the Carolinas. So our story this weekend, I tell though, is a little bit difference in the sky color, which you've noticed in the air around the Great Lakes. Let's first talk numbers. 49 in Duluth. We're back down there again. 62 in Chicago and 50 in Green Bay. Starting off August on a cooler note around the Great Lakes, as you'll see here. We've gotten rid, though, of those north winds. Yesterday, pretty strong north winds. You can still see a taste of them here across Detroit, Columbus, Indianapolis. But ultimately, these winds did a couple of things. First off, they brought in Canadian wildfire smoke, which is still in place across the Great Lakes. There are air quality alerts for the state of Michigan as an example. What happens is those north winds push all of the warm surface water to the southern side of the lake. So if you're getting in here off of, say, Petoskey, it's going to feel a little bit cooler, and you can tell that too on Lake Superior and Lake Huron for that matter. That's called upwelling. When that surface water comes and pushes south, the cold water from the underside of the lake comes up and those northern shores there. Meanwhile, off towards the west, we have thunderstorms still fading out. This is going to be a pattern that repeats for us the next couple of days. So we will be looking at the threat for more thunderstorms here, Bismarck to Rapid City and Scottsbluff. Very nice. The thunderstorms expanding a little farther east into the Dakotas, but overall to the eastern states, we are dry.